Okay, I think we're recording. So this is team call for Monday, May 14th. And we have 3 announcements. If you listened to the National Wake Up Call this morning, you heard these 3 announcements. And guys, I would highly, highly, highly recommend, listen to the National Wake Up Call every week, of course. But this morning's was so good. And I actually had the opportunity to listen to Maura talk at the Success Club trip in Mexico. And she is just, her heart and the passion that she has for this business and for how relationally this business has changed her life is just it's just so contagious. But those 3 announcements, the To Be Mindset is obviously available now. FAQ 9749, our team-led success group for To Be Mindset kicked off today, and it is just incredible, so incredible. We even had one of our challengers hop in the group this morning and do a live prayer video over the entire group, just praying for, confidence in this journey and just perspective. And it was just beautiful. So that is going really well. That's FAQ 9749. Another really cool one, if you're going to Summit, you can earn a photo op with the CEO, Carl Deichler, at Summit, FAQ 8761. If you earn Success Club this month, in the month of May, and if you have 5 personally sponsored coaches qualify for a Success Club. So, they did a little thing, maybe it was for the months of March and April, I think. No, that was a Success Club party. I don't know. They did some kind of not competition, but qualification thing where you could get a photo op with one of the celebrity trainers. But this is with the CEO, which they don't offer on a regular basis. So that's super cool. So if you're going to Summit, hit Success Club this month and get 5 of your personally sponsored coaches into Success Club, and you get a picture with Carl Deichler himself. And then the last chance to register for the 2018 Beachbody Classic, FAQ 2531. You have 1 week left to register. Secure your spot by May 21st. This is Beachbody's physique competition, so it's like a fitness competition that they do at Summit every year. It's super cool to go and watch. So the last day to register for that is a week from now. That's all the announcements that I have. So what I wanted to talk about on tonight's team call, just in a really sort of casual, informal way, is about inviting to your challenge groups, inviting to the coaching opportunity. And this isn't specifically going to be an action item, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason why it's not going to be that way, although I am absolutely a fan of action items and doing, specific takeaways to implement to move your business forward or to just take specific action in different parts of your business. I really think that what we're going to talk about tonight, sort of this relational process of inviting, is just as, if not more important. And this thought was kind of sparked in me after the National Wake Up Call this morning, whenever Maura was talking about the relational piece in growing your team and in fostering belief in your new coaches. And I got to thinking about our challenge groups and inviting to coaching and kind of how that whole process kind of comes to fruition. And so that is kind of what sparked my thought process and wanting to share all of this with you tonight, because I'm not going to lie, as of 11 o'clock this morning, I didn't really know what team call was going to be about tonight. I just knew we were going to have team call because it's every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So what I want to focus on specifically is this relational process of inviting and connecting and attracting and building that relationship and fostering it into what will ultimately be a yes for you. The fact of the matter is this: one of the hardest parts about this business is dealing with no's, which are really not right nows, but not allowing those no's and not right nows to crush the belief that you have in our programs or in this business opportunity, and to continue to believe in yourself that this business is for you. And so I think it's really important to not only, of course, ensure that you're doing personal development that kind of contributes to that belief system that you have and that you're cultivating, but to also ensure that your challenge group and that your social media and that the way that you're talking to people, that your actions are matching your message. And what I mean by that is focusing on the time that it takes to develop a relationship with somebody. I think it's so easy for us to, it's the 27th of the month and we only have 3 or 4 days left and we're trying to get into Success Club. So we're just like, hey girl, you should join my next boot camp. Hey girl, you should join my next boot camp. hey man, you should join my next boot camp. Like, we're just throwing out these Hail Marys trying to get people into our boot camps that we're not really addressing what we like to call those pain points that that customer, that potential customer or client may be having. And what that is the thing about that person's life that really needs to change, right? If they reached out to you, or if they're entertaining this invitation that you're sending out, or if they're, you know, looking at your social media pages and interacting with some of your posts, that means that there is something about their life or in their life that they need help with, that they want to change, that just isn't going, you know, the way that they want it to. Maybe they can't even put their finger on it, but everybody has their pain points, right? And that is kind of where the relational aspect of building that relationship and fostering that trust kind of starts. So I want you to really focus on moving forward when you're inviting to challenge groups and when you're inviting to the coaching opportunity as well, to really think about those pain points and how you can really connect with somebody in a way that is going to allow your action to match your message. I want to help you. I want to be invested in your journey. Go to their page, look at their pictures, gather information about them so that you're not just selling them a challenge pack, because that's not what we do. We don't just sell challenge packs. We help people on a journey that plays a pivotal role in people's lives. You guys, this, you know just as well as I do, if you have been on this journey for more than a second, that this is not just about like fitting in those jeans again, right? It's about what it means to fit in those jeans again. It's about what it means to be able to look in the mirror and love the person looking back at you. That is what this journey is about. And if we miss that boat when we're inviting people to our challenge groups, and when, or even when people reach out to us about our groups and we're not taking the time to just like really invest in those pain points and to understand where they're coming from so that we can show them how we can truly help them, then we're absolutely missing the boat. And once they do make that commitment, your challenge group has to match that message, right? So your social media, like if they go to your social media and they look at your posts, those posts need to match your message of, I want to help you. I want to invest in you. I want to go on this journey with you. I'm not just selling you a challenge pack. Your social media posts should match that message. Just like once they get into your challenge group should match that message as well. And I do know that it's so easy for us to get into the routine. You know, we have like our challenge group guide, and we have challenge groups that we, you know, maybe we've run a couple before. It's so easy to just like copy and paste all of those posts into our new groups, which is okay sometimes if it's relevant. But I want to encourage you to really take the time to like go through everybody else's posts and listen to your challengers and connect with them one-on-one and understand where they're struggling and what you can help with, and make your posts and make your videos, if you hop in there and do a video, make all of those tailored to the concerns, the pain points that your current challengers are going to. Like, be sure that you are really investing in their journey and that you're addressing all of the parts of their journey that they need help with, because the reason why they joined your challenge group, or the reason why they reached out to you about your challenge group, or the reason why they're commenting on your post or watching your stories is because, like I said, they need help with something, or they want help with something, whether it's their fitness, whether it's just needing a community and a support system to build them up, whatever the case may be. You have got to connect with your challengers, future challengers or current challengers and customers. You have to connect with them, and you have to give it your all, you guys. Like, you have got to give it your all. Share your personal story with them. If you're inviting somebody, or maybe somebody reached out to you and asked you about their group, or you've started that conversation, you know, and they express kind of one of those areas of their lives that they're needing help with, like maybe they just can't stay motivated, or they love going to the gym, but they can't stay motivated, or they love working out, but they can't, you know, they need help with their nutrition. Relate that to a part of your journey, because the fact of the matter is, you either love going to the gym or you hate it. You either struggle with your nutrition or you don't. You either love working out or you don't. There is a way for you to connect to that person and to connect to where they're at in their journey, even if they're not on their journey yet, in a way that is going to show them that they're buying their tribe, right? They're buying a tribe, a community, a support system of people who are going to be there with them every single step of the way. But you have to connect with them, and you have to give it your all. Like I said, this is whether you're inviting to your challenge group or whether it is a customer that you have in your challenge group, which is so important, because first of all, hopefully your the message that you gave them when you invited them was that you were going to be there for them. You're going to foster their journey. You're going to help them. You're going to share your journey with them, and that you are going to lock arms and be like, you're going to go through this experience together. Like, that's what you're there for. And the fact of the matter is that our most successful challengers turn into the best coaches. Like, they are our best coaches. So that is why, outside of the fact that it should be your mission to foster those relationships and to keep your promise of investing in and helping your customers and your challengers and connecting with them. But the more you foster that journey, the better their results are going to be, the more engaged in the group they're going to be, the more they're going to get out of the challenge group. And then they're going to want to do this business with you. Like, fact of the matter, they're going to want to do this business with you because their lives have been so drastically transformed and changed because of your challenge group. And it all started in the beginning with that relational process of fostering that relationship and leading by example and addressing those pain points and having those conversations. So they're absolutely, and that's something that you need to share with them, right? Whenever you're having those conversations with challengers, they're buying their tribe, right? And your vibe attracts your tribe. We've heard that time and time again. You need to be a learner. You need to ask questions. You need to pay attention to what they're telling you. Something that I have gotten in the habit of doing is, when we're having those really deep conversations with a potential customer or challenger, regardless of whether it's the first conversation or maybe it's the 12th conversation 6 months later, that is the process. And I want to kind of piggyback off of that really quick before I move on and give you an example. This relational process takes time. And like I mentioned earlier, it's so easy to get to the end of the month and feel like you have to scramble for Success Club points, that it absolutely disconnects and disengages this entire relational aspect and process of inviting and connecting with people. Somebody may be watching you for a while, which is why consistency and showing up every single day is so key. Somebody may be watching you for a while and then just reach out and they're like, okay, whatever it is, like, sign me up. I'm ready to go. I need whatever you're doing. Like, I need change. And then that relational aspect and that kind of key component may come after they purchase their challenge pack and after they commit to the group. 9 times out of 10 though, it's going to happen before. You're going to have to get to know them so that you can let them know how being in your accountability group and having that support in that community and those relationships and new friendships are going to help them on their journey. That takes time, you guys. It takes time. We talked about this last week. It takes time to build trust with people on social media that don't, personally know you like face to face, or maybe they've never really met you in person. That process takes time, and conversations that you have today or tomorrow, they might not be in your next challenge group. They might be in your challenge group 5 months from now when they decide that they're ready. But it's important for you to continue to foster that relationship, get to know them, and connect with them so that they know what to expect from you whenever they're a part of your challenge group. And it's the same thing that they're getting from you when you're having those conversations as far as really understanding where they are. One thing that I have, just to kind of contribute to the be a learner thought, the asking questions thought, and paying attention, I have gotten to where, depending on where we're at in our conversation, I'll send like a voice message on Facebook. You can't do that on Instagram, but if I'm talking with them on Facebook Messenger or through text message, I'll send them a voice message because it's so important for them to hear that you care about them and that their journey, and they're going to take to that better than you just writing out some long scripted text, which I don't recommend doing. Just sharing your heart with them, whether it's through a voice message. I have even actually set up Zoom calls and FaceTime calls and over the phone calls with potential customers and clients who just want to talk through what a challenge group is. I've gotten to know their stories better that way, and I'm able to really kind of ensure that I'm setting them up for success in terms of catering how I'm helping them to their specific goals. Kind of going along with that, hand in hand with that, is showing up every single day and staying consistent in your own journey. Oftentimes, new coaches will tell me, I want to sign up as a coach for the discount and I want to work the business, but I feel like I need to finish my first accountability group, or I need to finish 80-day obsession. I've been hearing that a lot lately. And the beauty about coaching is that you are your number one priority, right? And your business is not going to grow if you do not continue to foster that journey that you're on yourself. Showing up every single day is going to plant those seeds to those people that are following you and to those people that you're starting to build relationships with while you're on your journey. And they're going to more easily connect to and relate to you. I like to use the example of my husband. Brett, I pressed play on like January 3rd of 2016, and I worked out from my living room for an entire 12 months before he decided to work out with me. And it wasn't until I stopped asking all the time. I'm not going to say nagging, because I didn't nag. Oh, I don't think I nagged him. But it wasn't until I stopped asking and he made that decision that he was ready. And he was like, hey, that Body Beast program, that looks like something I could get into. And I was like, hey, let's do it together. Like, we can do it together. And I know that's like a really personal example, but it's the same thing. And it translates into your social media, into the people that follow you, into the people that you're going to connect with and build relationships with. Sometimes and the reason why I wanted to point out that it was at the moment where I stopped asking and he made that decision, that was kind of the turning point for his journey, because it's the same thing with these people, these future, customers and clients that you're having conversations with. You can tell them how amazing and incredible our challenge groups are and how much you want to help them on their journey all you want until you're blue in the face. But they have to want this. They have to want it more than you want it for them. They have to want it for themselves more than you want it for them. And they have to get over whatever fear is holding them back from committing. And I think that is where our patience needs to come into play, and that where we really kind of channel that belief in what we do as coaches over that frustration of somebody not committing or somebody telling us no. We have to understand that it could be in that exact moment that we stop asking them, and inviting them, that they decide that they're ready. But the fact of the matter is they have to want this. Even if they do commit to joining your challenge group, because when they're not ready, they're not going to be an engaged, plugged-in challenger, because they're not ready. And because you're not sitting in their living room with them, forcing them to press play and standing in their kitchen, forcing them to eat their meal prepped food instead of the pizza from down the street. Like, it just has to be a decision that they make on their own. Same thing whenever you invite, one of your customers or challengers to the coaching opportunity. They have to be ready. They may be ready and not know that they're ready, which is why I could just get so fired up talking about coaches or the coaching opportunity with my customers and challengers, because sometimes they don't realize what it means to be a coach and how it literally just means sharing your journey with other people. But that is what we do as coaches, and that process takes time, and building relationships takes time. And it's so important that you continue to show up for yourself every single day, so that as you continue to foster and grow and build those relationships, it just becomes more natural, and they trust you. They will trust you, because if you can show up for yourself every day, why wouldn't you show up for them every day? And then they get plugged into your challenge group, and when your challenge group matches your message, beautiful things happen. I also want to encourage you all, just kind of like as a little side piece, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And I know that that's really hard to do. I will oftentimes, new coaches, whenever they make their memory jogger list of all the people in their warm market who already know, like, and trust them, they will say, I invited 10 or 11 people, and not even 2 want to join me. And then they get frustrated, and then they start to doubt themselves and in this business and the belief that they have in their business. And this is something that Maura said on the National Wake Up Call this morning. She said, she tells her new coaches, you have to invite 100 people to get 3 yeses, which is Success Club, right? She tells all of her new coaches, like, this number is kind of scary, but guess what? The fact of the matter is not everybody's going to be ready. Not everybody's already going to trust you. So invite 100 people to ensure that you can help 3 that month. And that's just what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to maximize your efforts, maximize the conversations that you're having, maximizing how you're showing up every day on your own journey. And don't put all of your eggs in one basket, because I can tell you that for the first 10 to 12 months of my business, that's what I would do. I would start 10 new conversations a month, which is not enough. And I would, people would entertain the idea of wanting to join me, and they would ask me questions, and some of them I even sent links to. And then guess what? They never committed. They never committed because they weren't ready, and because I wasn't taking the time to grow and build and foster that relationship. And honestly, at that point in my business, I wasn't even really sure what message it was that I was trying to convey. Like, of course, I knew I wanted to help them, but I didn't understand how. I didn't take the time to get to know them, to know exactly how me being their coach and getting them plugged into this incredible community and support system could help them on their journey. Let's see. I have a couple more things I want to cover. Actually, that's all I wanted to cover. Just kind of as like a closing piece, when you do all of these things, when you take the time to have those conversations through the inviting process and connecting with people, and you focus on those pain points and you address those pain points and you really share your story of how your accountability group and your support system can help them, how these workout programs can help them, how our nutrition plan can help them, how they will never find another tribe that will support them like your accountability group will support them. And then when they commit, after that relational process happens, right? It takes time. I want everybody to write that down. It takes time. But once that happens and they do commit, in your challenge group, make sure that you're matching your message. Make sure that you're matching all of those promises that you made to them in the beginning, that you're going to be there for them, that they can reach out to you and in that group and always have the support that they need. When all of that happens, they're going to want to do this business with you. And then guess what? Success Club becomes so simple for you. And adding 3 to 5 coaches to your team every month to grow your organization, to advance and rank, and to continue creating the life that you know you can have from this opportunity, it just happens when you focus on that piece. I know we have all these trainings on, rank advancement and Success Club and all these strategies with social media, but if you just stick to, and all those things are important, don't get me wrong, that's why we do them. That is part of owning your own business, is being really familiar with, the income process and, how to figure out your brand on social media and things like that. Like, those are all really important pieces. But at this point in your business, if you just focus on loving other people, like, that's it. Just love them where they are, connect with them on where you can help them grow to, and implement all of those things, your business will have no option but to grow. It won't. You have to show up every single day so that relational process becomes a little bit easier as people begin to trust you. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you, just go all in. Just go all in. You don't need 5 hours a day to work this business. All you have to think and do is show up for yourself on social media, in your business, in your messages, and in your connections with other people, and in your challenge groups, in our team page. Just show up. Go all in and just watch how your business, which will correlate to your life, will just stinking change. You guys, I didn't know what I was doing when I started this journey 2 years ago. I completed the 60-day program that literally changed my life from the inside out, and all I knew was that I needed to share it with other people. That's it. My passion for this business comes from our programs changing my life. And now my passion for growing this team and this organization and fostering all of the relationships within our team and in my challenge groups come from what this coaching opportunity has done for me. I never in my wildest dreams even considered not having to go to a 9-to-5 job, much less finding something that gets me this fired up on a daily basis. Like, it is insane. And I know that if you've been in this business for more than a second, if you made it a priority for more than a second, or if you've run a challenge group, or if you've been a part of a challenge group, or, if your lives have been changed by these programs, I know that you get what I'm talking about. You just have to go all in. You have to remind yourself that this process takes time, that relationships takes time, and that if you can just connect with people on a level that, like, they won't have any option but to join your challenge group. And once they're in, they're not going to have an option to leave. Like, it's not going to be an option to leave. I could never leave like this team because of this team. You know what I mean? And that's what we have to think about whenever we're connecting with challengers or challengers that we're wanting to bring onto our team and into the coaching opportunity. You have to think about it from a perspective of, like, I know once they're in that challenge group, they're not ever going to want to not be in another challenge group. Or I know that once they're in that challenge group, like, they're going to want to do this business with me. And once you're on this stinking team, you're not going to want to leave. Like, it's not going to be an option to leave because we just become, like, so connected to each other. And even though, like, so-and-so may not be my coach, I feel like I know her because of our team page and because my coach talked to me about that coach. And because, it's just like this inner, like, connected weaving of all of us together. And you just have to think about that piece when you're inviting to your groups and when you're inviting to the coaching opportunity, because that is what this business is. So I want to encourage all of you to listen to the National Wake Up Call this morning. It really kind of put all of this into perspective from the coaching aspect. But I wanted to focus specifically on having those conversations to get people into your challenge groups, because that's really where this whole thing starts. But other than that, that is all that I have. I hope that this was helpful for some of you. I hope that you can see the passion that I have for what we do as coaches. And I just want to encourage you to use that passion to move your business forward, because that's what this is all about. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday evening. I will post this recording in our team page so that you can access it later, and let me know what we can do to help. Bye, guys.